This is the story of a man betrayed, a man engulfed in anger, a man filled with hate, a man consumed by revenge. One man would rise erect, and also the boner.
Get to the car! The only safe thing to do is to find a new fucking course on the TomTom.
Then what are you gonna do? Let you and your Pikachu just walk on out? We came just as far as you with no Pikachu. I'm talking to you! We're gonna take that Pikachu and we're gonna level it up too.
Critics are calling it a modern-day Revenant. Audiences agree. Boozman is a tour de force. Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up from the grave.
What happened to Boozman?
We did what we had to do. He was buried right.
Damn you, Tom Hardy.
All I had was my Pikachu. That fucker took that from me. He's afraid. He knows how far I will come to find him.
Starring Boozman, Tom Hardy, Michael Fassbender, Matt Damon, Bryan Cranston, with Michael Caine and Jennifer Lawrence, and introducing Pikachu as Pikachu.
I ain't afraid to die anymore. I've fucking done it already.
Already nominated for 72 Academy Awards, including Best Actor for Boozman and Best Supporting Actor for Tiny Pikachu. Not nominated was Tom Hardy, because fuck you, Tom Hardy. Coming to theaters November 20th, 2016. Winner of all Academy Awards. Because when it comes to Academy Awards, this movie's gonna catch 'em all. Pokemon Go Gone. Wait, Pokemon Gone, girl. Wait, Pokemon Gone. In theaters November 20th, 2016. Catch the fever.
Hello and welcome to the After Dark Podcast. I am your host, Gus. I am joined by the hype.
I'm hyped!
And finally, the return of one Boozman. How's it going?
What's up, fuckers?
Jesus, you sound horrible.
I was
Don't
really
sound
excited
horrible.
that you were back, but now you don't seem...
No, not you guys aren't the fuckers. Everyone else listening is the fuckers.
Okay, fuck them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so listen to this. Now that I'm back, I need to tell my story.
But really quick, there was a rumor that on the Fantasy Life app that your account was hacked, and that the real Boozman wasn't posting from your account. Can you dispel these rumors and or confirm these rumors?
I will absolutely confirm the rumors. I have not had access to my account for weeks now. I don't know who has control of it. They have changed my password. I have just taken over the Jigsaw account, so I am Jigsaw on the Fantasy Life app now.
Wow,
That's
what a
starting
shocker.
to make a lot of sense.
Holy shit,
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Before you go into the story that you have said, is it going to spoil the movie that we just saw the trailer for? Pokemon Go?
No, that's a completely different thing. That's something that I have been working on with 20th Century Fox for quite some time now. But the real reason why I was gone. So as many of you know, I was moving. I got a new job in St. Louis, and I was moving during that whole process. You guys don't even know this story and what the fuck happened to me. Okay, so I took my truck in. So last Thursday, I took my truck in to get fixed. No, fuck. It was a week before last Thursday. Jesus Christ. So not even last Thursday, the Thursday before last, I took my truck in to get, like, everything fixed before I have to drive it from Phoenix, Arizona to St. Louis, Missouri. So I take it in, they get it fixed, I drive it around for the couple of days after I get it on that Monday. I leave for St. Louis very early Wednesday morning, and I get about 4 hours outside of Phoenix, and my main transmission line comes detached from my radiator, and my car evacuates all of its transmission fluid in a matter of like 5 seconds.
Jesus.
So my RPMs at that point shoot up to about 7,000. I pull over. I have no idea what the shit is going on.
7,000?
It really was, man. It shot up like real quick and real high. So I pull over. I get myself towed to the closest Ford dealership, which was 40 miles behind me, the opposite direction I was going, which is a little town called Holbrook, Arizona. I'm sure none of you have heard of it because it is like a 2-stoplight kind of town, that sort of thing.
You heard of it. I've driven through Arizona a couple times, but yeah, it's you don't want to stop there. There's no one there.
Definitely not. So I took it into the shop and had them look at it, and they told me that this is a result of shitty work from whoever worked on it last. And so I called them, told them what the mechanics were telling me, and they said, that's fine, we'll pay for it. Totally fine. So they get the radiator in Thursday. They get the transmission line in Friday, and they take it out on a test drive that same Friday because they wanted to get me out of there as soon as possible and tell me that my transmission is now shot because of the RPM shooting up so high when my fucking transmission fluid leaked from the car in a rapid fashion. So I am stuck there, and I make some very angry phone calls. They are going to pay for a brand new transmission. They are shipping my truck to me here in St. Louis. I'm in St. Louis now. And I am they're also going to pay for the rental car that I drove from Holbrook, Arizona to St. Louis. You
didn't want to just like Flintstone car it? Just take out everything, put your legs on the ground, and just go?
No, I didn't want to do that.
Okay.
Definitely fucking didn't want to do that.
It's a pretty amazing visual image, though, if you think about it.
Well, that's just why.
Because I had shit in my car that I had, like, I couldn't get in a suitcase.
Fair enough.
I had, like, a television and some sound equipment and a bunch of shit.
So how's the new job?
The new job, I'm waking up early. I'm going to bed early. I'm tired as fuck right now, but whatever.
Well, I'll just say that we missed you, and it's nice to have you back this week. I know your schedule's crazy.
And sorry, who are you?
I am. I'm new to the podcast, actually. I'm someone you don't know.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, anyway, it's good to have you back. I hope you're alive at least. So
I miss bullshitting with you guys. I miss talking with you guys. I missed cutting Gus off before he can start a sentence. I just missed all the old stuff. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. It's just good to be back, to have all the old things.
Oh, man. This is why you never drive to St. Louis. Fuck St. Louis.
You know what? Actually, Booze, if I'm ever in St. Louis, do you have a place I can crash?
No, fuck no.
God damn it. Fuck.
I
was going to offer you a couch in LA area, but...
Dude, if I go to LA, I'll live in my mansion there.
Oh, excuse us.
And
from the movie money.
Oh, that's right. Dude, that trailer. I heard Spielberg was like signed up to do it and then no, said it was too big for him even.
It ended up, we started off, me and the executive producers were talking about it and really wanted to do this film, just based on my story. But they realized that it was just too big and no one could really, like, encapsulate the vision of my story, so they just let me, direct it. But, on top of being,
another dispel or confirmation. Did Jesus himself actually help you write the script? Because that was a rumor that I heard.
I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations.
Fair enough.
I'll leave that up to the lawyers.
But it's been nominated for 72 Oscars, so it has to be amazing.
Yeah, 72 Oscars, and I think it's for a daytime Emmy.
I heard there's still awards rolling out on it too. So, it's 72 is like a low ball number.
Yeah, I heard it also. It's nominated for next year's Best Picture too, because it's just
they might shut down the awards actually.
Oh fuck!
Supposedly.
So your movie might have been so good it kills the movie industry. Thanks, asshole.
You're welcome.
All right, so.
Well, let's talk some sports, I guess, because I'm tired. I'm not tired. I like that Boozman's back, but I'm also a little bummed that he is now going to be richer and more famous than all of us.
Yeah, for real. Can I get a cut? No, please?
No, seriously.
You had nothing to do with it.
I had everything to do with it. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have, I don't know, you wouldn't have been there.
I mean, what do you want? Like, give me like a percentage.
I'll take like 1%.
I'll take 1%.
You're both asking, so like you each want $10 billion. What the fuck do you think I'm
is
made
that
of?
what 1% is? Yeah, I'll take that.
What the shit?
Alright, what about 0.01%? I'll take like $10 million.
No, I don't even know if I know. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk after the podcast.
Okay, let's talk about some sports. So,
alright, what's going on in the sporting world?
This week we have some big news. We're going to start some baseball first real quick. About Mr. Chris Sale just destroying old-fashioned jerseys because he has no regard for human life. What the fuck was up with him?
Hold on, human life? That is fucking nuts.
Wait, were the other players in the jerseys while he
They were in the jerseys.
Oh, so he was like stabbing people. That's a different story than what I heard.
He was literally going up to people and slicing them.
So that's the disregard for human. Okay, got it. Okay.
Chris Sale's an animal.
But then we can't determine if he was cutting up the jerseys or using that as an excuse to cut up his teammates.
No, you know what? I bet it was just Major League Baseball, like just trying to keep him in the game. He's one of the faces of the game right now, and they're like, he just killed like his entire team, but let's just say he didn't like the jerseys.
Exactly.
No, but what do you guys think about what happened? Do you think he did that for any reason, or he just, as he said, like he just was sick and tired of those jerseys and that the team cared more about making money off different jerseys than winning?
I think he's just a weird fucking dude. I mean, have you guys ever seen Zach Greinke interviewed?
Oh yeah. He has issues, yeah.
He's got like some Asperger's, like very weird social disorders. And I think Chris Sale might be a little bit of the same way if he's not going to get his, or maybe he's just that much of a head case where he's like, I'm not going to wear this goddamn jersey because it's ridiculous looking and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but I think it's either just a very weird social disorder or very self-centered, arrogant prick. To me, those are like the only two like options that I think you could have.
I can see. So I mean, a pitcher in general is a weird spot. These are guys that are on the mound by themselves in this eternal head game, you know, with the batter. And we've seen plenty of pitchers that are kind of a little off base, if you know what I mean, in terms of their gesticulations and the way that they just kind of carry themselves.
Sorry, genitalations? What did you say? What about genitals?
Gesticulations.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a pitcher that described his crotch at some point. Or maybe that was Major League. Anyway. I
actually heard gentrification, so.
Oh, shit. That's terrible.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Jesus Christ.
So I think pitchers kind of are quirky by nature anyway because of the position they play and what they do on a daily basis. At the same time, I don't know a lot about him in terms of his history, but I'm not anti-Chris Sale, to be honest, which is weird because usually I need a really good reason for someone to be kind of bucking the system. But it just seems like he's kind of had it. He's got fed up. The White Sox in general with Adam LaRoche and his son, they had, that was a point of contestation. And it seems like maybe there's something in the locker room, or the clubhouse that's making these players kind of stand out a little bit more, speak out a little bit more about things they don't like. So that's kind of how I'm taking it. I'd like to hear more about the story before I pass a big judgment on him.
Yeah, I agree with you there as far as bringing up the old Adam LaRoche incident. I think there might be a divide between the players and the front office. So he felt more inclined to do something like this. Maybe, we don't know, but maybe some of his players felt similarly. and he was doing this as a show of like, I'm the leader of this team and I'm going to take a stand to do this. But since we don't know about that, he just sounds like a nutcase. I understand maybe I'm leaning on his side a bit, just because as the star player, if I don't like playing in my uniform, please change it back to the normal uniform. I just don't like it. I understand it might be selfish, but he's also your star pitcher. You can put the uniforms on tomorrow when he doesn't pitch, or So I'm on his side a little bit, but he did go over the top. So he's a fucking...
What did they call it? Like insubordination and like property damage and they could press actual charges against him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they won't do that though.
It just seems a little extreme. Even with the Adam LaRoche issue, that was kind of squashed. That's been done and hasn't really been talked about for a while. And I guess if things are still that way, I understand it. But to tear up an entire set of jerseys for everybody on the team seems like a little bit, unless there's things we don't know about, which is definitely possible. But Jesus, come on, settle down. It's a jersey.
Yeah, by no means is it normal behavior. And like you said, Booz, he's just a kooky dude. I assume he's a kooky dude because of it. Again, if there's some history there with that front office, it's whatever that divide is or what's going on there, maybe it's a ploy to get traded and to push for that. I don't want to fault the guy too hard, but at the same time, that is not normal behavior. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. I'm still on the fence a little bit.
He probably heard how much the White Sox are asking for him in return. They want 5 prospects plus one that's major league ready, and it's a stupid price. I heard that the
contract's really good.
Yeah, that's true. But I heard Boston inquired about Chris Sale, and they wanted Mookie Betts plus something else. So Boston's never going to do that.
Jesus Christ! Why would? That's too much. Mookie Betts is a better player and is on the field far more than Chris Sale is. That's a dumb proposition. And
also a good 8 years younger than he is, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, exactly. It's a price like that nobody
a resurrected Babe Ruth.
Nobody
need that.
Maybe as Greg said, maybe that he's trying to bring down his own trade value to make him get the fuck out of Chicago.
But his contract is really good. If you look at it comparatively, his contract's amazing, and they're going to ask a premium because he's not a rental, and he's a guy that seems like if he gets to a place he likes, he'll probably just sign up, So yeah, that's kind of what's in the mix.
Right. So we can talk about another trade that actually did happen. CHapman, some regard as one of the best closers in the league. He goes to the Chicago Cubs. What do you guys think about that? Chapman to the Cubs. Well, I was looking at something else. I apologize.
I'm excited about it. I think he's going to bring another. That team is already so good, but he's going to bring just a level of closing to that team that they weren't necessarily missing. With what is his name? Rondon? Anthony? Yeah. Not Anthony.
Hector.
He's a fine closer, but bump him up to the 8th and let Chapman come in the 9th. That's a nasty discussion that you're having right there. I love it, and I think the Yankees don't need him. They've got a couple of aces right now, pitching in the 7th and 8th, and then Chapman in the 9th. Just bump back their 2 guys in the 7th, 8th. I don't know. It's going to be nasty for arguably the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Initially, it looked like the Cubs gave up a lot to get him, but when you think about postseason, you think about those late innings, those big games, those big moments. When he comes in, that crowd's going to be electric. That crowd's going to be pumped up. That's what the crowd wants to see. As a Dodgers fan, I know I reference that a lot, but when Eric Gagne used to come in games at the end, that was a highlight of the game. And when Mariano Rivera came in for the Yankees, that was a highlight of the game because people just knew, here we go, Terminator status, here we go, it's going to shut down. So I like the move. It would be nice if we knew the Cubs could lock him up and keep him a little longer. But at the same time, they have a lot of youth on the field as it is. starting and playing in the games, between Bryant and Rizzo and some of those guys. So I don't know if it'll be the thing that puts them over the top and gets them to the series, but I do like the move in general for them because it just brings a new energy to the park and something the crowd wants to see.
As you said, the Cubs are super young and super talented with all their position players. I think the biggest win for the Cubs in this deal is not that they got Chapman, is that they didn't trade away Kyle Schwarber, because he might be injured right now, but Schwarber is a stud. And
yeah, he's good.
He can play left field, in the future. And they have a lot of good young pieces where a lot of those prospects that were coming up might not even crack the major league level, just because you have also Wilson Contreras playing catcher now. You have Russell at second base. You have shortstop. You have Rizzo at first. That team's so good and so loaded in the farm system that they could afford maybe to overpay a little bit on paper. But as also Boozman said, to have Chapman in there and just to knock down Rondon just makes that bullpen so much stronger. And when in the playoffs, we all know in baseball, those are like the clutch innings where you have teams like the Royals have done the past 2 years and win games and win playoff series and win the whole thing, coming back from behind in the last, few innings. They lived off that last year, the Royals did. So you have to secure the bullpen. I mean, and the Yankees, they had a fantastic one with Chapman, and they still do. It was kind of an embarrassing of riches for them. They have Betances, they have Andrew Miller, and even though there's reports that they might trade away Miller, even though they previously said they won't, which I don't think they should, but I think it's just a good move for both sides, that the Yankees get a lot of prospects to rebuild, and the Cubs now are definitely win now with a really solid young team. They can go the distance. I think they're the favorites as well, Boozman, to win it all. Fucking Cubs. And we're gonna. Do you think?
I don't hate it for the Yankees either, but yeah, I think the Cubs put themselves in a nice spot.
Do you think they win it all and they get rid of the curse of the Great Bambino? Is it that? No, what's the curse? What's the name of the curse? Or there's they haven't won in 100 years.
The GOAT.
Yes, I know it deals with the GOAT. The Bambino.
The GOAT, 1946. I want to say.
No, it's like since 1908.
No,
it's like 100 years.
I think there were. Oh, was it that long ago? A guy wanted to bring a goat into Wrigley, and they wouldn't let him. That's when he put the curse on, apparently.
Yes, the world famous Billy Goat.
I think that's the story. So, but yeah.
The Bambino curse was Boston.
Yeah.
Well, Boston was the curse of the Bambino. I don't think the Cubs are going to win because they're the Cubs. I mean, I'm not a big guy on curses, but man, I just feel, the Bartman thing, I just feel like they're going to find a way to blow it somehow. And,
fucking Bartman.
And it's going to piss me off to say it, but I think the fucking Giants somehow come out of the West because unless the Dodgers overtake them, but we've seen the Dodgers in the postseason, what they do. I feel like the Giants are going to be there again somehow.
How the hell can you say that?
Yeah.
They're going to start getting healthy, and somebody's going to Brandon Belt's going to come back around, and they're going to and what's his name? Posey's going to be around, and they're going to somehow find a way, man. They always do.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Trust me, I'll give anything right now to be wrong. Hey,
no love.
You want my house? All right, cool. But it's not gonna fucking happen because
if that happened, man, I would literally just be sick to my stomach. There are few teams in sports that I hate more than the San Francisco Giants. And I think, in all seriousness, the only one that I hate more might be the Denver Broncos.
What? Really quick though, why do you hate the Giants so much?
I just don't like them. I don't like.
2014 World Series was pretty big.
They beat the Royals in the World Series, but I've never been a fan of them. Even before that, I just don't like. They have guys on their team like Hunter Pence, and he just pisses me off. Everything about him, I just don't like.
Nice.
He's just a weird guy, and he's not even that good. He's just weird, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan, so I hate the Giants.
That's they're lucky, and that's the number one. I'm going to give you a story about John Elway right now. There was a point in his career when he got, like, taken down and, like, hurt his shoulder. And he went and saw the doctor, and they did opened him up, did a surgery, and said they came out and said it's actually amazing. The ligament in his shoulder that he actually hurt was actually impinging his throwing motion a little bit, so he actually might even be able to throw faster and farther now. It's like, how the fuck does that happen? Like, that doesn't happen to fucking anybody except for these lucky-ass Broncos teams or teams like the frickin' Giants.
It's a bionic man.
Yeah, it's just stuff like that, like super lucky teams where they just, like, squeak by the edge of their pants in shit like that, and no, it just drives me nuts.
No, I hear you. Like, I know, like, Mike Piazza got elected to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And, you know, my best Dodger memory of all time was, just really quick, last game of the 93 season, you can look it up, actually happened. I was at the game with my family, and he hit 2 home runs. Dodgers won 12-1, and it knocked the Giants out of the playoffs. Like, if the Giants win, they're in the playoffs, and I think they had over 100 wins that year. And if they lose, they're out of the playoffs. And the Dodgers, Piazza just went nuts. The whole team, it was the best game I've ever seen in my life and the best memory of my life. And just from that moment on, like, my hatred for the Giants, you know, was like even more stronger than even before. So I'm not a Denver fan either because I'm a Raiders fan, but I'm not anti those guys, but whatever. It's good.
Let me ask you real quick. In 93, how old were you then? Like 30 or
37. No, I was let's see. 93, I was 11, turning 12. Gonna turn 12. So yeah.
I was 0.
I know I'm the old guy of the podcast.
I was 3 in 93.
Yeah, I was 0.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was 93. I was 11 years old. I was gonna turn 12 within a few months in the new year because I'm a February birthday. So, but yeah, you know, those are the moments that really shape you anyway. When you're a kid, whatever you do between the ages of like 6 and like 14 or 15, I kind of figure that's what kind of makes up who you are sports-wise. Excuse me.
Jesus, this became a deep conversation. I just asked you a question.
Yeah, let's be less goddamn serious.
Trying to be a little deep for like the 3% of our audience.
Word count.
Word count.
No, word count.
Fuck. Thank you. Shut up.
Has.
Oh.
No. Shut.
Anyone.
Shut up.
Watched.
No. We're done.
Nope.
Next topic. Next topic. So, we're going to move on to the National Football League. By the way, go Marlins. We're in the wild card. Fuck you.
The Football League.
The National Football League. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a few hours ago, just signed with the New York Jets. So, tell me the obvious, guys. Geno Smith or Ryan Fitzpatrick? Go.
Listen, let me just say something first, which kind of worries me about this. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think he had a great season last year. But what was he doing before that? Like, I'm just a little cautious. People are a little too excited about him. I mean, before the 2015 season, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick was a backup, a perennial backup. Just, like, always a backup quarterback. And also, I think he's way better than Geno Smith, obviously. Geno Smith doesn't bring a lot to any team. He's not as good of a runner as half the league, and he's a worse passer than almost everybody in the league. So I'm don't think he brings much. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick in the pocket is tremendous. I think he's probably the smartest guy in football. Obviously, give me Fitzpatrick over Geno, but I still think I'm just worried that he might take a turn for the worse.
Yeah, first of all, I'm a little offended for Geno because he's a quarterback without arms, and you guys are razzing on him, and that's not cool. But Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Hold on a second. Why are you like all up in arms about people with no arms?
Up in arms. No, I thought Gino didn't have any arms.
He has arms.
Wait, no, he doesn't. What?
He doesn't have a jaw from last year.
First of all, why do you give a shit? That's what I want to know.
I mean, if you're in the NFL and playing quarterback and don't have arms, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, man.
You're saying he has arms?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes everything. No, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I mean, not an amazing quarterback by any means, but he's a game manager. He's a game manager. And I know we've heard that term a lot. Alex Smith gets that tossed at him a lot. I feel like Fitzpatrick, though, kind of adds just an element of, like, confidence. Even if he's not the best player on the field, or even if he doesn't, not the best quarterback around, confidence is big. I think the beard is part of that confidence, or kind of shows you part of that confidence. I think the deal, honestly, for him to sign with them, 1 year, $12 million, but he's gonna be back. I think it's big for Matt Forte, because Matt Forte coming in now, he's the check down guy. Even if Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, those guys are out there creating space, I think that gives more room for Forte to move around. I think Fitzpatrick still has the same weapons that he's comfortable with, so I don't have anything wrong with the deal. I feel like the Jets are putting themselves in a position to at least continue with some of the success they've had offensively. Their defense is still a little bit of a question mark in places, but bringing in Matt Forte, that offense should be pretty formidable. That's kind of where I stand on it.
I have a best friend that's a Jets fan, and as soon as the news came in, he messaged me and he was like, "Oh man, we got our team back. We're just as good as last year. We're gonna take it to the fucking Patriots. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck the Patriots." I'm like, dude, you guys know that it's still Ryan Fitzpatrick. I agree, he had a good year last year, but I'm in more agreement with Boozman. He is not a good quarterback. He had one good year, I give it to him, but he also had one good year in Buffalo. They paid him $150 fucking million, or some stupid amount of money, and he ended up shitting bricks the next few years. And then he became a perennial backup in Houston. So I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is definitely better than Geno Smith. But
well, yeah, because he has arms.
Okay, that joke is stupid. I'm sorry.
Geno Smith has arms, dude.
Jesus. Have you seen him try to throw a football from the shoulder?
Yes, it's a lot of interceptions.
It's like a shot put, but it's like worse.
Well, a guy with no arms could throw the ball equally as good. That's the point.
There you go. Anyway,
I don't know if I can agree with that.
I don't know. There's some really good Special Olympians. I'm not patronizing at all.
But not in football.
I don't even know where this is going anymore.
Tossing shit.
Anyway, so I don't think Fitzpatrick signing with the Jets is okay. Now the Jets are going to be 10-6 again. They're gonna, Brandon Marshall's gonna have another big year, and Eric Decker's gonna be a surprise hit. I still don't trust him. Sure, he's better than Geno Smith, but it's not like it's going from Geno Smith to Alex Smith or a half decent quarterback. I still think Fitzpatrick is like a low end quarterback. So I don't know. To me, he's still trash. So fuck it.
Well, I wouldn't say trash, but
I wouldn't say trash.
I'm not saying that the Jets are being catapulted into the Super Bowl or anything. But I mean, he's serviceable at least. And they needed that more than what they had.
Fucking trash.
He's not trash. How can you say that?
Next segment.
So you call him trash, and I can't say that.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up. Next segment.
I like this new Gus.
Next segment. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about fantasy, help you guys out in fantasy. See some targets that we see based on ADP that are going way too early for our liking, and then guys that you can find a little bit later on that were like complete steals. So, Boozman.
So, real quick though, before we get into this.
Oh my god.
You said fantasy, and I immediately thought of Fantasy Insider and how high and stupid he was on the last episode.
Oh my god.
Fantasy.
So, yeah, that was really dumb as fuck.
We love you.
Oh my god, dude.
No, I like him. He's a great guy, but he was just high as shit.
He was high.
It was
so high. Anyway, so Boozman, who are your targets and not so good targets for based on ADP in the fantasy drafts?
Fuck. Let me pull it up. I'm not looking at the right screen.
Good job, you fucking idiot. God.
Sorry, I was
God damn it, dude.
I was on Twitter. So as I'm looking at fantasy drafts right now, and I'm in a fantasy draft right now, and it's a slow draft, and that's a whole thing with and of itself. But let me just break down some average draft position people who I think are going too high and too low. I can't understand for the life of me right now why the average draft position for Zeke Elliott is average pick is 8.2, which puts him at 6th ranked player in football right now. We have no idea what he's going to do. We have no idea. Yes, he's got a good offensive line, but you know who had a good offensive line? Trent Richardson. And we all know how that worked out.
It sucks.
Yeah, he got washed out after like 3 or 4 years.
Hey.
And Darren McFadden had a fine offensive line when he first started, and he was all but washed up after 2 years in. Now he's kind of found some energy again with Dallas, but I don't even think he's going to play this year. So I think Zeke Elliott is going way too high, an unproven rookie, and people are going to say, "Oh, he's just because he hasn't played NFL doesn't mean he's not unproven." Yes, it does, because just because you can dominate in college doesn't necessarily mean you can dominate in the pro game. Yes, your skills can translate, but it's a different game altogether, and I think anybody that knows football very well would tell you that.
Ask Ryan Leaf.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Young?
Vince Young, Ryan Leaf, frickin' who's the USC quarterback with Reggie Bush?
Matt Leinart.
There you go, Matt Leinart.
All right, now you need some running backs in that, though.
That was a running back, you idiot. Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
I said a couple. Trent Richardson,
Yeah,
Darren McFadden.
Straight out of... never mind. Whatever.
Just shut up. Oh, my God.
Anyways.
Next question.
Piece
Next
of
one,
shit.
Boozman.
Let me talk.
You.
Another guy who I'm just kind of like wary on, who I think is going a little bit too high. It's not awful. I mean, his average draft position is 9.7, which brings him in at 9th. Arizona running back David Johnson. He was a rookie last year, and he had some impressive plays. He's a great pass catcher. He's very elusive, but he's also hits you pretty hard. I just worry that he's not going to be able to keep that up. I think if you make him a starting back, people are going to start to read his game a lot better. I think he's a better change of pace guy. I'm worried the Cardinals are putting a lot of eggs in the David Johnson basket, and he might not be that type of player.
I don't know. I like David Johnson a lot. He's very good PPR back. He asked during the playoffs last year, he was averaging like 9 targets a game, like 6 receptions per game, something like that. He was, in PPR leagues, I think he's way more valuable than in standard leagues. So, just if it's a PPR league, I'd say he's worth that, 9 to 10 round range. But I'm also biased. I like him a lot. I saw him out of college, so don't insult me. Who do you like a lot that's going really late?
A guy I like that is going really late is shit. I just scrolled. Demaryius Thomas is going at about 35th overall with a 36.4 ADP, and I cannot believe that. I mean, yes, he's not going to have Peyton Manning anymore, and it's kind of up in the air who they're going to have, whether it's Mark Sanchez or that rookie. But he's still, fuck it, don't care.
Fair enough.
He's still a tremendous receiver, and he's not old. He's not even 30 yet. I think he's like 28, 29. I don't actually know. I'm not looking at his age in front of me right now.
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
But I think he's going way too late. I think his skill set and what he brings, I mean, he's got great hands. He's got great speed. He can body people out just because he's a bigger type receiver. So I just think he should be going much higher than he is, as opposed to like the third or fourth round, depending on what kind of league you're in.
You are correct. He is 28 years old.
So there you go. I mean, he's like right in the prime of his like playing life. He should be taken way higher. He should be up there in like the late first, early second range, in my opinion.
I agree with you to a degree. I don't know about late first, but last year he was in half PPR leagues. He was the number 12 overall wide receiver, and that was with Peyton Manning having a duck of an arm. I mean, talk about having no arm for half the season. And, unfortunately for Demaryius Thomas, he also dropped a few touchdowns. So, but he still had the receptions and the yards. I think even if Mark Sanchez plays, I think honestly, it might be insulting to some people, and some people might burn me for this. He might be a better player than Peyton Manning was last year. We don't know. And we don't know about Paxton Lynch. So
that's a bold I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with it because Peyton had an awful year last year.
Yeah.
But just to put those names together, it is a little insulting, but I don't hate you for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed he's better. He might be. And with Demaryius Thomas might be, with a better, might have a better quarterback with him. You can grab the 12th overall, wide receiver from last year at his ADP at 35. That's a hell of a deal. So I agree with you, Boozman. Hi, do you have any guys?
All right, let me start with I'll give you the three guys that I think are too low drafted. Amari Cooper. He's at 29 on the ADP, 30.1 overall. If he stays healthy in that Raiders offense and what they're trying to achieve, assuming Carr stays the course, he could be a top 5 receiver.
Oof.
He's behind a lot. I'm not joking, man.
No, I agree.
His talent is good. He is so good. If they use him right and they use his talent right, he could be in there.
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Go ahead.
So you think he's going to be at the level of Antonio Brown, OBJ, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, and like maybe a Dez Bryant or I don't know, an AJ Green?
I think he could be on. Yeah, I think he could be on the edge of the Dez Bryant, AJ Green scene.
Okay. I completely agree with that, and
he is good. I mean, if you've seen him play, he is. He can run any route. He can do
real life. Fuck you.
No, it's how much. It's whatever they do with him. If they use him properly, if they use him in the right situations, make him run the right routes. He and David Carr or Derek Carr. If Derek Carr is on point, he will kill if he stays healthy.
Let me say this real quick. I just want to interrupt you.
Go for it.
I think Odell Beckham Jr. is going too high.
Really?
I do too.
I just can't justify him being the number 2 overall.
See,
in the ADP right now.
I'm in complete disagreement with, I guess, both of you. I think he's the only one that has the potential to jump Antonio Brown.
Julio Jones?
No. I thought you were talking about OBJ. Sorry.
I am. I'm talking about Odell Beckham. I think Odell Beckham is not as good as everybody thinks he is. I want Julio could trounce both of them.
No, I
not
think,
with his hands tied behind his back.
Yeah, I think OBJ. I like Julio Jones, but I don't trust Matt Ryan too much. I just think OBJ in Eli Manning's third year in his offense, plus OBJ's third year, I think he's the only one that could sniff Antonio Brown's reception numbers.
I don't trust Matt Ryan, but Sterling Shepard coming into that Giants offense. I think I said this before on the podcast.
That makes it better.
How does that make it better? They're going to double team OBJ and make the rookie do the work.
No, they've already been double teaming him.
As soon as defenses find any way that they have to cover on him in the slot or wherever they play him, then OBJ is going to, lose a little bit of attention because Shepard's gonna get his or want his or whatever it is. And, OBJ won't lose too much, but he'll lose enough that he's so high on the list and he's such a big play guy. And now some of the guys maybe know how to get under his skin and or, kind of like manipulate him or play with him. I'm not a big fan of his, and I think he's great. I think he'll make big catches, but those big catches, if they don't come and or if they don't happen, on a regular basis, his points are up in the air.
I hate you guys for saying that. I think he's fantastic, and I think he's still going to get double teamed because he's OBJ. I think
he's too big play dependent. He's
a target monster. What are you talking about? He has
exactly. He's a target monster. But how many ESPN plays? How many ESPN replays are showing him just making like a 10-yard catch where he gets tackled hard and falls down without falling forward?
Well, yeah, that's part of his game. I agree with there. He is a smaller wide receiver, but
so is Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's not huge and he's not strong, but he's putting up amazing catches and knocking people down.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown's also like 5 years older than he is, so you got to give him some time to grow.
The sad part of it is that some safety, because of last year and because of his attitude and whatever, is going to come out and try to knock him out of his wits this year.
I hope so.
Well, it may or may not happen, but the reality is he's the guy that people are going to target.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
No, you don't. Like, I'll take him on my team. I would draft him, but at the same time, I know there's a little risk involved because not that people are going to, try to kill him or anything, but people will try to make sure he is not a part of the game as much as other people.
So where would you guys take
I think Sterling Shepard is going to have a big impact because he's going to be, if he runs some underneath routes and cross routes and stuff like that, he'll get some touches for sure.
So where would you guys take him? Like, let's say you were pick 7. Would you guys take him if he fell to you?
At 7, yes. But if I was pick 1, 2, 3, 4 even, hell, I probably wouldn't even take him if I was at 5.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Greg. To go off tangent a little bit that we did, tell us about your player that you would love to target in their round because based off their ADP.
All right. Target on their ADP.
Or the reverse. You talked about Amari Cooper already, so tell me guys.
Yeah, Amari Cooper's on my list. Carlos Hyde was actually on my list to be higher. So there's a couple guys in there. Doug Baldwin even is on my list to be a little higher. But for being lower than where they are, this guy I would target just because Allen Robinson, honestly, is up there for me.
That hurts me.
That hurts me too.
Sorry, but Allen Robinson, Eddie Lacy's the other one. But Allen Robinson, I like. That offense should be coming around. We've talked about just the Jaguars being an up-and-coming team. I like Allen Robinson a lot. He's got tools. He's got attitude. If he's done interviews on the Dan Patrick Show. I like guys that when you kind of hear them talk and you kind of hear them tell you what they're about and what they're trying to accomplish and what they're working on. He's been on that show. He's talked about what he's trying to do.
So you like his eloquence?
I like. Okay, that's
like his chutzpah.
I was about to say that's a little
question.
That's a little fucked
No,
up.
I like that he is.
You like that he can speak good.
No. Oh my God.
Christ, that was the most racist thing you have. Oh my God.
Thing on the podcast ever. Holy.
That's what he was implying, damn it.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
Jesus Christ, Gus.
No, it's.
Oh man. Welcome back, Boozman. It's good to have you back.
Jesus, why do the racist things come out and thank me?
What the?
Jesus, man. I'm uncomfortable now.
Oh my God.
That was so racist.
Jordy Nelson. I
can't fucking believe you just said that, Gus. Oh my God.
Oh my God. No,
you know what the best part is?
Completely derail the podcast.
That's staying. I'm not editing that out. That's staying in there. I'm gonna take the.
But of course it is.
Well, yeah, but
I'm gonna take the.
If you took it out, I would never let anybody forget it. You would go down in history as being like the guy who was afraid to own up to his racist comment.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I apologize, but that was funny. Okay, Greg, if you're gonna just keep rambling, I'm gonna cut you off. So fuck off.
Really quick.
What do you want, man? What do you want? This word count thing's working great. So.
It is. It surely is. No, Allen Robinson is. Oh my God, he sucks. No, he seems like he's focused. Every interview I've heard from him, he's focused on being even better than he has been. Him, Amari Cooper, even Carlos Hyde is another guy that I like. I like this season. I like them to rebound a little bit. Eddie Lacy. I like him to rebound this season.
I'm asking guys that you don't like, damn it.
Yeah, those are the guys that I like.
Okay,
who I don't like is, I mean, I could just go down the...
Who do you think is going too high in ADP?
Thank you. Fuck, man.
Yeah. Ezekiel. I mean, I'm going to echo what Boozman said. I'm trying to give the listeners some other guys that haven't been talked about. I think Cam Newton's going too high.
Okay. I like that.
Because I think they're going to try to protect him a little bit more. And try to, especially with 14? Kelvin Benjamin coming back.
Holy
why would you
shit.
have him run as much?
That is surprising. So
why?
ESPN, I'm agreeing with you. ESPN ADP has Cam Newton going 14th overall.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
That's too much.
Before Allen Robinson and Lamar Miller.
I agree. That's why I said it, man. Jamal Charles.
Fuck you.
Really? I like him a lot, man.
Talent-wise, I love the guy. But in terms of what I think the Chiefs will do with him, spelling him and giving him time to recuperate and or to, make sure he's 100%. Those are some of the guys that Thomas Rawls is a huge question mark for me. And that's it. I mean, that's what I'll put out there based on the ADP that I'm seeing.
Damn, Jamal Charles is so talented, though.
I think he's a steal at 19.
Yeah, I think so, too.
If he stays healthy.
He is. He's practicing in OTAs right now.
But if he stays healthy, I mean that.
Every time Jamal Charles comes back from an injury, he puts up like Adrian Peterson-like numbers.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I mean, he always comes back fantastic after an injury. I mean, he's not young anymore. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
This is the absolute like inner Chiefs fan of me, just like blah. But he's great, and I'm not worried about him in the slightest. I think like the Chiefs training staff is going to take care of him the appropriate way, and he'll be fine.
Okay, so my choices. I agree with you, Boozman. He's
especially in I don't want to do this segment anymore. Let's just fuck Gus's things and move on.
Especially in PPR leagues, Jamal Charles is fantastic. Okay, real quickly, I'll get to them real quickly. I think guys that are going way too low, I think they're absolute steals. Two guys, Randall Cobb. His ADP is 49. I understand that he didn't do that well last year because of Jordy Nelson's injury, and Eddie Lacy was fat as fuck last year, so it fucked up the offense. But as we see, Nelson is healthy. Eddie Lacy is not a fat fuck. Randall Cobb can easily go back to a top.
Eddie Lacy might need to eat some food.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. It was good for him.
He looks great.
Yeah. Randall Cobb could easily be a top 10 or top 15 wide receiver again. Taking him at pick 49, steal as a fuck. Anyway, so.
Sorry, who was the one at 49?
Randall Cobb.
Jesus, he's that low?
Low, I'm telling you.
No.
Okay, so another steal of mine. Where did he go? I can't believe this because in every league I've been in, he's been taken in the second round for sure. But ESPN ADP has Keenan Allen at 34 overall, and I think last year he went off in PPR leagues. That's the leagues I play, so I apologize if I mentioned that too.
Oh, well, you're in 32 team leagues, so he would go in the second in that realm.
No. Well, maybe. But Keenan Allen at 34, I think is a huge steal. He's with Phillip Rivers last year when he was healthy. I think he was like top 6 or 7 in PPR. He was fantastic. He had so many targets. He's the only guy to throw to on that offense, other than Antonio Gates. And Antonio Gates is about 55 years old now, so he's almost as old as Greg.
I'm just kidding. Oh, fuck you. Thanks, what the? No,
Good one.
I like Keenan Allen, but what,
At 34,
what do we feel about his injury coming back? Because I know a liver injury, like
it was
internal thing.
It was a kidney spleen. He got it's a freak injury. He got tackled one way and it ruptured. That's a freak injury. That's
a freak injury, but what is like the possibility of it happening again now?
It's unless he gets tackled the same way in the same.
Well, apparently that's how he likes to get tackled.
Oh, it's a slim chance. That's one of those. Yeah, it's a freak injury. I'm not worried about that happening again. If it did, I would be impressed. In all seriousness.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's not like he's Alshon Jeffrey with the hamstring issues, where those linger all the time. And another guy that I'm not high. I mean, this is the guy I'm not high on that I think it's being drafted too high. Is Matt Forte. I think that, Fitzpatrick is coming back now. He's going to be a check down guy. I think Bilal Powell really did well with Chris Ivory in that offense last year. I know they were the yin and the yang with Ivory bringing the thumper and Bilal Powell bringing the PPR back, catching passes when they were down. And I know Matt Forte does both of those roles a little bit. But I just think Bilal Powell was too good last year to leave on the bench. I think he's really going to eat into his roles, his carries a bit. And with Matt Forte being a few years older than most running backs, they might need to break him a bit. I think he's a little bit too overdrafted. He's a guy that I'm not targeting in any league, unless he falls to pick 50 or something, which he isn't. I don't know. That's my opinion on Matt Forte.
No, I agree. I traded for Forte, but it was a big package deal. I got Des Bryant and Forte, and another receiver for, Kevin White for, DeAndre Hopkins, basically, essentially. And I'm not even big on Hopkins. I talked about this on the podcast earlier, too. I feel like the quarterback situation there is a question mark. Forte, a lot of people pushing him. I kind of went with that a little bit. I got some advice in the headquarters chat. I made a deal, but I'm not totally sold on him either. So I agree with you.
All right, Boozman, it's time.
Oh, God damn it!
It's time for those.
You gotta preface this.
Okay.
I gotta always pull this shit up. Okay, here we go. I'm ready, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a while, but it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Questions with Boozman.
Finally.
I've missed it so much, you have no idea.
Have you guys been practicing?
No.
What?
Practicing for questions.
We don't know the questions.
Practicing time?
You can just practice, being ready and answering well.
Okay, watching Jeopardy? Jeopardy doesn't do it.
Anyways. We've got many questions that I have reserved because I haven't been asking for any because I've been busy as shit with the movie and the move.
Pokemon.
But I've got some good ones here. This first one comes to us from our good friend Gio @Gio on the Fantasy Life app @GioReed Jr. on Twitter. He wants to know, and he asked this, mind you guys, almost. No, it was 20 days ago. He said, if you were John Jones, would you entertain going to the WWE if they called? # questions with Boozman.
Fuck yes. Isn't that where they make the money? Isn't that where Brock Lesnar made millions of dollars? I know he made $2 million for this last fight he did in the UFC, but don't they make much more money in WWE?
They make a lot. I don't know how much of that gets passed along. I know John Cena makes an absolute crap ton, but I don't know how much the lesser guys make, especially because Brock Lesnar's been a lesser name these past years.
No, all day. I'm a WWE fan. Those guys make tons of money. The bigger the name, the more money they're going to make, obviously. Lesnar will probably make 6 figures or more. And all he has to do is show up, do promos and talk, maybe have to wrestle a match or two where he just squashes somebody,
Yeah.
100%.
And
I'm all over that.
You don't get injured. You do. I mean, no offense to WWE, but it's like fake fighting. So you throw a guy here and there, but that's about it. You
Scripted fighting.
Yeah.
John Cena literally got hurt in the WWE, by the way.
Well, you know what? It's not as much as you don't get your ass beat in like the same way.
Those guys get hurt. There's injuries. There's like actual doctors out there that make sure you don't get crushed or anything. But for the most part, they're protected in terms of you have an idea and a script of what's going to happen, and you have some control over the moves that are done and stuff. But like all day, give me it.
Okay.
That guy's going to make six figures and not have to suffer like the hits on the same level as like a football player or, like stuff like that. So
shout out to J Mac Diesel for propping the shit out of all the messages.
Jesus, hell, he's going nuts online right now, man.
So shout out to you, J Mac Diesel, for propping all their fucking messages. Go. Yeah. All right. So I agree with Hype. This would be another tie. Fuck it. But I'm not as versed in UFC or WWE as you guys know. But I know WWE makes a shit ton of money for not as high of an injury chance and less of a chance of getting your face beat in.
All right, so you guys kind of said the same thing, so I guess I'm going to have to call that one a tie.
The exact same thing.
So this is a question from probably our most pain in the ass fan right now. This comes to us from @Evan on the Fantasy Life app.
Can I say one thing real quick before you answer the question?
Absolutely not.
Evan, stop sending me gay snaps. It's so weird.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before, and I've heard that about him. He sends some homoerotic
Snapchat. He sends
Snapchat.
the stupidest selfies of filters and shit, and it's whatever, Evan. Just get on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
next question.
He wants to know, would you rather have sex with a hideous, ugly person or a beautiful, freshly dead person?
Oh man. How hideous?
Oh my god.
That's up to you. He said hideous, ugly.
I think the dead person because they won't talk.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
Am I fucked up for considering?
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, oh my god.
But there's others hideously ugly.
Are the lights off? Is the ugly, hideous person? Oh my god!
How fresh? Was it just
how ugly and hideous? I mean,
freshly dead. It just says beautiful, freshly dead. So in Gus's case, he just stabbed her to death. Then proceeded to bang her.
No. I'm assuming they have some sort of heart attack where they just go peacefully in the night.
God.
And then then that's where I strike.
Oh my god.
So hold on. So you think they're asleep?
They're asleep. Yes, exactly.
So you're so you're basically raping them.
Technically, yes, but they're dead, so it's not rape.
Jesus Christ, God.
Oh my god.
I'm very picky when it comes to sex. I don't like to have sex with ugly people.
So it's like a dead Cosby sweater.
Just think of it this way. The ugly person might tell somebody that you had sex with them. You don't want that looming over your rep.
Oh, man.
So you have to think about that. What if that ugly, hideous person tells the world that you had sex with her? You
can just be like, oh, come on, yeah, right. We would have had sex. Come on.
No.
Deny.
No.
Yeah.
No denying.
Deny.
No denying.
All right. Well.
God damn.
So, go, Hype, what was your answer?
Oh my god.
You know what the fucked up part is? I think Evan would also fuck the dead body.
I mean, I can turn the lights off, I assume. I hope. I gotta go with the living because, oh my god. At least there'll be something there to play off of or work with the dead body. I mean, I can't do all the work. God damn it. Yeah. Put a mask on or a paper bag on the face and just go to town with what's left.
All right. So, second question goes to the Hype.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to make something real quick clear.
My God.
I was certain of my answer. I know that might creep somebody out, but the Greg was also struggling. He didn't know what to choose. He was considering the dead body.
I needed some options here.
He struggled, but he answered correctly.
He struggled with it, though. It crossed his mind.
He struggled, but he answered correctly. You are fucked up.
It is so fucking horrible. It's the worst question you've ever asked.
Give me the dead body 100 times out of 100.
Jesus, God, stop. Just stop, dude. Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go ahead and do another one from Evan, because I think this one's pretty great. Would you rather wear someone's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
Oh, fuck. How dirty is this underwear?
They're dirty underwear. He doesn't specify.
Male or female?
On top of my questions.
Male or female?
Male or female? That's a good question.
Yep.
He doesn't specify, so whatever you think would bother you less.
I'm going to think toothbrush. Just because toothbrush, it's over like in a minute. Dirty underwear, you have to wear that all day.
I don't want to agree, but I mean, if you're wearing someone's underwear, that's like STD. Well, toothbrush might be too. Do I get to put some toothpaste on the toothbrush?
I would assume.
So some of that disinfectant? Oh, man.
Toothpaste isn't disinfectant.
It's not, but it makes it less...
Yeah, it has some, like, qualities that might...
You think you're cleaning up.
It might kill something.
I don't know about that.
I'm going with the
I
toothbrush.
go with the toothbrush. Yeah. Just quick and easy, put some toothpaste on there.
So
try
you
to
both,
just knock it out and...
Did you both say toothbrush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to call that one a tie.
Yeah.
I have a question, though, real quick.
Go ahead.
Would you rather fuck a dead body with the toothbrush? Or,
oh, my God.
Or a live one with the dirty underwear?
What? Or with the dirty underwear? Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. All right, question... What is this, the fourth?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, question the fourth.
You can count.
This one comes to us from our good friend OBJ13 on the Fantasy Life app. He sent this one in almost an entire month ago. I answered one of the questions, but I didn't get to this one yet. He wants to know, who is the guy in Indianapolis right now? Dante Moncrief or T.Y. Hilton?
They're two completely different play styles. I would say...
Okay, but who's the guy?
If I had to draft one at this moment, that's tough. I would have to go T.Y. just based off history, but I really like Moncrief, so it's kind of a toss-up for me. I would draft Moncrief based off ADP. There's my answer. Or if it's not fantasy-based, I think it's T.Y.
It's not fantasy-based. This has nothing to do with fantasy football. It's just, like, who do you think is the
number one?
The number one guy in Indianapolis this year?
T.Y. Hilton, then. Greg?
I will go Moncrief because we saw Luck go out and we saw Moncrief's rise, and now that Luck is back, he has the arm, he has the accuracy. As long as he's healthy, I think it's T.Y. Hilton.
You mean Moncrief?
No, we saw Moncrief last year.
Oh, you just said you're going to have to go with Moncrief.
Yeah.
And then changed it to Hilton at the last second.
No, that's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
You were giving your explanation of how Moncrief is so good, and then you just said, give me T.Y.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
That's exactly what you said.
Be drunk, but that's not what I said. I said we saw Moncrief last year, and we saw what he did when, like what he was doing. But if Luck is back and healthy, he's going to go downfield and hit T.Y. Hilton. He has a rapport with him.
There you go. Okay, so T.Y.'s the answer. Jesus.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give that point to Gus because frickin' Hype was flip flopping around in what he said.
Listen back.
But, you know who doesn't flip around? Dead bodies.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so that leaves us with two ties, and then you each got a point in that one. I guess I'm gonna have to call this one a tie.
We can't do one more?
But, because I was gone for so long, I really am going to, name a winner this week. I always name a winner. But this week I am going to make a decision. Fuck, this is just so close. I mean, like, Gus with the dead body shit, but then...
That was funny, gotta admit.
No.
I've come to a decision, and it was, what the rest of you guys in podcast world did not hear is, that I was just dead silent for 50 minutes while really deliberating. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to myself.
Oh my god. You know,
I think that I deserve it after being gone for so long.
I gotta agree with you. You do deserve it.
God damn it, I can't argue with that.
I can't argue with it, you know. Without you, you would have to have High Fantasy Insider on again. I'm kidding.
Yeah. You can't have that happen.
Can't have that happen again.
Jay Ayaji.
Oh man, Fantasy, we love you, man.
Fantasy. It's Ajayi.
Ajayi.
You know,
J
is the second letter in his name.
I was gonna cut him off and like tell him that it's Ajayi, but I wasn't sure if he was serious or not. So I was just like, let's roll with it, see what happens. And then he said Ayaji all the time,
like 6 times.
There was a time where he said like 3, like back to back to back, and it's like, oh, he definitely doesn't know what he's talking about. No, I'm kidding.
Pretty awesome, though.
I like him. Great guy, but he was super high, and he said Ayaji like 5 times. So I couldn't stand behind that.
That was funny though. I liked it. We're gonna have him back on soon. So.
All right.
All right.
It's out again, Booze, or you're...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
So... No shame.
What's that?
Do we have a model of the week, gentlemen? Boozman?
Yes. I have gathered us a model of the week. Her name is Anna Faith, Faith, Anna spelled with 2 N's. She is famous for looking like one of the girls from the movie Frozen, the blonde one.
Anna. No, Elsa.
Well, I don't know. I've seen that. I saw that movie and fell asleep during it because I'm not a 6-year-old girl. But yeah, look her up on Instagram. What's her Instagram name? Shit, I'll look it up right now. It's pulled up. At Anna Faith XOXO. You can check out some of her pictures. She's got a couple of pictures up right now where she's like dressed like Harley Quinn, from the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, and she's looking pretty good.
Smoking.
So yeah, check her out.
All right, Greg, you got anything to say to our audience before we send off?
No, I want to say thank you, Booze, for being back. God damn it. And I didn't get to rant tonight, but I wanted to just say that it is nice to be back with the original trio, and it is nice to just fuck some shit up that aren't dead.
Jesus Christ.
Don't knock it, because you haven't tried it, okay?
Have you?
No, but I'm not
Holy shit.
I'm not going to lie.
He absolutely has. I've never been
we're going to get arrested.
Anyway, thank you all for listening to the After Dark podcast. I have not had sex with a dead body before. Please check out Boozman's new movie, Pokemon Gone, when it comes out. Trailer is listed on the iTunes page. 2 little motherfuckers. Have a good one. I do not have sex with dead bodies.